I just want to remind you that all these concepts that we go over in these videos are also in your textbook that you can access. So it's Blitzer is the author of the textbook, and he does a good job. There's also more videos you can watch if you're still struggling with concepts and more examples. So just keep that in mind as you work through the videos and things. If you don't need those, then that's fine too. Okay, so the zero exponent rule. This is a specific rule that we have. And it says if you have some base, we'll go with b, to the 0, that just equals 1. Now, a lot of times that's very confusing to students, and they're like, why would it equal 1? You know, they want something else, I won't say. But think of it this way. Remember a minute ago we had b to the 7th over b cubed, or something like that. And so we said, oh, okay, we subtract the exponents, and we get b to the 4th, right? Well, what happens if you have b to the 7th divided by b to the 7th? Well, a long time ago, hopefully somebody taught you that that's 1, right? Everything's canceling, so you just have the same thing in the numerator, same thing in the denominator, that just equals 1. But if you use the rule that we have, you'd go b to the 7 minus 7, which is b to the 0. So in order for things to match up, by definition, we have to say b to the 0 equals 1, okay? Otherwise, our little math world would fall apart. So we know this equals 1. You could think about all those b's. I picked 7 again. Okay. Over all of those b's. And, you know, this is canceling, this is canceling. But you don't get 0, you get a value of 1. Think about, you know, if you had a pie and it was cut in 8 pieces, and you ate all 8 pieces, you ate the whole pie, right? Like you ate 1 pie, you didn't eat 0. Okay, well, that's my explanation. Okay, now I want to give you some examples because it can get a little tricky. All right, so let's say you have 6 to the 0 power. Okay, that equals 1. Let's say you have negative 6 to the 0 power. Okay, that equals 1. The base is negative 6, and it's being raised to the 0 power, so anything to the 0 power is 1. So what you have to be able to do is identify the base. Okay, now what if I have negative 6 to the 0? Notice that here I have parentheses, but here I don't have any parentheses. Well, what is the base here in that expression? The base is 6. Okay, so you think about your order of operations. First you do exponents, first I do this, then I do the subtraction, right? Okay, so it's going to be the opposite of 6 to the 0. You could think of it that way, that's what I'm trying to say. So the opposite of 1, or the answer is negative 1. That one's really tricky for students. Like all the time I can put like, what's, you know, negative 2 to the 0 power? Or I could say, what's negative 2 squared? Well, the answer is negative 4, right? Because you do the exponent and then you do the subtracting. Okay, so you can think about that. There might be a better explanation in the book or something. Okay, let's say I have 5x to the 0 power. Well, what's the base? It's this stuff in the parentheses, right? So the whole thing is just going to equal 1, and you're done. But what if I have 5x to the 0 like this? Well, what's the base? The base is x for the 0. That's just being raised to the 0 there, okay? So it's going to be 5 times 1. Again, think order of operations. This part is 0. Then I'm going to do this multiplying, and I'm going to get 5. So that's going to be the answer there, okay? By the way, just note to you, when you have like x, and you don't see an exponent, that is x to the 1st power, okay? So just remember that.